we're going to limit ourselves to 2 C-bombs. 1, what the word is cunt, and 2, Brumby, you're a cunt. That's it, we're done with the word C-bomb now.
C-bomb's over.
C-bomb's over.
Essentially. And we're going to ask Katie as well to count the F-bombs. So, any F-bombs when you start counting from now. Fuck.
1.
How many?
1.
Right, well, if everyone's ready, shall we get this
Yeah, let's fucking go. 2.
2. Right, well, should we introduce ourselves? Tell everyone a little bit about what Trouble Boys Club is?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, so Trouble Boys Club started, I'd say, about 2 years ago. Me and Ryan both kind of had mental health issues, and we did like a shitload of counselling, therapy, and I suppose that we just wanted to kind of get together and create a bit of a safe space for everyone. So, if you are struggling, you can't open up, then we encourage everyone to do it, and we wanted to do it for a platform on like Instagram, stuff like that, and basically just encourage people to open up, have a laugh, not be dead serious, and that's basically what this is. We're a bit of a health and wellness, but we have a laugh along the way. And
yeah, it's more geared towards like authenticity, being unapologetic for yourself, because that's like the most powerful thing you can discover as a human being. That just be yourself, and everyone doesn't actually care who you are, as long as it's yourself. I don't try and wear like a facade over your personality, like for you, but if it makes you happy, then do it. And that's what we want to encourage all young men, women out there to do that.
Absolutely. So yeah, today's a special one. We're joined by Brumby, the one and only.
Viva Brumby!
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We had a little idea as well this morning, didn't we? We wanted to do a little bit of crowd work, because this is new to us. So if anyone has ever seen Wolf of Wall Street before, shout out to my guy over here.
Shout out to McConaughey.
Yeah. So if anyone's ever seen it before, I'll get a little bit of an
Yeah, everyone join in now. Brumby. Cheers everyone for joining in. Love that.
Thank you everyone, that was it.
Thank you for us, that.
So yeah, anyway, without further ado, would you like to introduce yourself to all 10 people watching?
I'll tell you, you probably know me. My Joe, for the people that don't know, I am admin 4 in CleeW. I've known Jase a very, very long time, and I've done some very, very silly things with Go so many years. Brought me on board to give him a hand doing things, all things CleeW. He's about to walk in and everything too. Before me on board to do all things CleeW, and I like to think that we have a good relationship, we have a good friendship. We've been doing these kind of similar things for years, regardless of what it is. It's tattoo on my arm for an old project we did way, way, way back when. But yeah, I've been 4, we're the 5th.
In what department, Brumby? Can you be more specific?
Right, the kids out in here still have it.
Inches.
Oh, probably about 19.
Around circumference.
That's where when blokes go, it's about 6.
That's really impressive. So, I suppose we wanted to ask how you and Jase met, and what's your funniest, earliest memory that you had together?
I met Jase. He's actually for one of our friends. So the long backstory to it. Everywhere I worked, you need to go into administration and close down. I worked for Gain went into administration, so I went to HMB. HMB went to administration, so I went to both of you. Both of you went to administration, so I went to Ardos. Didn't go under, but that's all you can say you is. But when I worked at HMB, a mate of ours called Johnny, another story for another time, he took me to a house party at Jase's, and we just sort of hit it off. This must have been going back 18 years ago or something wild like that. And we became friends, and then we all picked the circles through, and they all started talking about more and more. And then a long time later, I eventually in with Jase for a short while. Not my best decision, I won't know why. Really Jase, terrible idea. But to talk about one of the hiding kick the funniest, and about 20 come in my head. Some of them are really pathetic, but I found them hilarious, and he'll know the one I'm on about when he went on an all-dayer in Doncaster, when I was living in his house, and I was in bed, 2 in the morning, and he comes in with his phone, and he puts his torch on, my room's pitch flat, and it's just going like this, the torch. Can you see this? I'm like, Jase, you're shining the torch in your face, of course I can fucking see it. So, can you see it though? They're doing that. How it's 2 in the morning, mate, I've got to do it in 3 hours. Oh, I better go to bed then. And to me, it's just, it epitomises it. There's no plan, it was just hilarious, mate. And there is a good one that some of you might know about the dog biscuit story. I don't know if you've got this in there, but...
Oh, we have got that in there. That was our next question.
So do you want to ask the question?
Oh, yeah, please. So, Brumby, can you tell us about the dog biscuit fiasco that occurred?
When we lived together, we went through this phase of playing frags. There was rules. The frags couldn't do the job. They couldn't cause you any actual harm. You couldn't hide the car keys and throw them over the fence. It could cause a massive issue. The breaks were quite harmless. Stuff like just changing his light bulb to a disco bulb. You used to put the light bulb on it. It's really annoying though, isn't it, when you want to go to bed and sort your shit out and there's a disco bulb in your room. But then the funny thing is, I find it hilarious. Next day it could be my room. And it's like that kind of stuff. But one year, back when Snapchat had just started and whatnot, and Jase used to work a bit opposite. I was working days, Jase was working late, see police. He come back and he was he got all of these. I got tons of admin accounts that year. I was single. I put on Facebook, perks of being single. I can use many admin calendars as I want. Cons of being single. No one buys me admin calendar. So then with that, tons of people bought me admin calendars. Turned up all day. I think I got 30 something admin calendars. And I took them all out. That evening, or a few weeks later, Jase went and he took one of the advent calendars out of all of them, and he used the hairdryer to take the glue off the bottom, and then he took the tray out. Then he used the hairdryer to carefully remove the foil. Then he took all the chocolate out and put dog biscuits in. Then he used glue to put the foil back on. Then he put it back in the tray. Then he sealed it back up and put it in high-up. Right, and this is where the Derring Brown shit happened. I have no idea. I've got the video. I'll put it in for it as well. I'll put it in CleeW later this week. Somehow, there's a video of me with 3 advent calendars with the frozen one. With the frozen one, the dog biscuits in. And he says, which one are you going to open? It doesn't say, like, oh, it's really cold. You know, so my mind didn't go, oh, frozen. Or, oh, have you seen any Disney films lately? He just does which one you're going to pick. And I go, oh, I'll open the frozen one. And I open it, and he's crying or laughing himself, obviously. And I call this dog biscuit. I go, oh, a dog biscuit's in. And he's just laughing his head off. And I knew to follow through, so then I eat the dog biscuit.
It's some super villain shit that you did there, Jase, man. Precision.
And the Snapchat bit is he said it to everyone, so everyone knew about it, and I didn't have any idea what was happening.
How was the dog biscuits? Do you recommend?
I would recommend it. The way it coats it, so I definitely got my protein intake that day. I'd recommend highly.
It's like the Cleepop version of a Brassic, you know, like Carl Pilkington Bum's dogs. It's like Grumpy dog biscuits.
Well, I wanted to ask some questions as well. Other than putting on this Hobcats, what advice would you give yourself, your younger self? You could give advice now.
Go your dog biscuits. I would definitely say that since I've gotten older, Case sort of taught me a lot of this as well. We like to bring people in to have a good time. I mean, you know, there isn't a CleeW club at the back of it, but as you know, the fight that you get in, it's not anything. He went to it as well this year, he just went, there's 700 tickets, you just give them away.
Yes, I can.
You just give me tons of tickets to get rid of. So it's not about, we want to bring people together. I think when I was younger, I was very scared of what people would think of me. And nowadays, I'm not. And I think, well, it don't matter. It don't matter what someone else thinks of me. I like people to think I'm a good person, because I do like to try good things. But I'm not bothered what people think. If they want to hate me, they're probably not their substance thing. If they do anything to make someone think, or warrant it, or the very least select, I don't think they're doing anything like that. But Jake told me a long time ago, and it's another story, but about making sure you are clear, everyone. And in Cookstory, I was going to a sausage and cider fest. That one when I got on stage with our fans as well. And there's a weird table, rolling lines, you know, like 12 people deep on each side. one of our mates, Luke, was sat right at the end of the table. And Luke is the quietest guy in the room. He will not say a word. But at the end of the day, it was the only best night of my life. And he didn't say anything. He didn't do anything. But he's had a good time. And me and Jason sat there. It's another story back. It's why I call him Paul Stoles. He always plays midfield. He's always getting us to work together. But anyway, we called him Paul Stoles and was like, how do we get Luke? Stop sitting over there and sit here. And we were masterminding this plan about working out how we take Jake's here somewhere. We take Jake to the bar, and I'll take Jordan to the bar, then I'll fuck Jordan off, and I'll come back and get Luke and get him to sit there, so he's sat in the middle and he's included more, because at the end he doesn't say anything, he won't do anything. And they know we'll have a great time, but we just felt back, but it's not included properly, because the other guys are really like us, loud and energetic and enigmatic. So I think, I look back on me when I was younger, it's just try not to worry about what other people think, try and blend everyone. We always push the circle, just done the circle talking. Well, nobody else do it, especially it's terrible for me because I'm a bit more blasé. Just push them out of the way so somebody get blooping. Not like when I hit you in the face last night, So we'll try and push everyone out of the way to get people included. And I think it's that, yeah. Don't be worried about what people think. I was very worried about that when I was younger. I don't really kind of bother with it anymore.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, mate, and I couldn't agree more. I think when me and Ryan arrived yesterday, we've obviously never met before, and like every time I see you, you give us a big fuck you know. Like every single time as well, like every 5 minutes, he's at 3.
Oh, the F-bomb.
That's what.
Yeah.
It's literally like every time you see you, every like, even if it's 10 minutes ago, you come over and you give us a big hug, and it felt so welcome. And obviously, it's just mint. Come here, obviously, CleeW Jase, but just an unreal, like, you know what I mean? And I absolutely agree with the advice. So it's unreal. Like, just be yourself. Like, don't give a shit what the people think. Just meant that, like,
be authentic.
when you say be authentic, like, yeah, leads into what I said before, on just becoming yourself, your own person, because when you're a young man and walk around feeling like you've got 2 heads, or you don't want to do something because it's like not cool, and it's like, well, you're never going to figure out who you are if you don't try stuff. But yeah, you got to fail. You have to fail. That's the only way you fucking learn how to do things. But people are so encouraged to be in a shell and stay in their own lane and stuff like that, and that's just not a good message to put out to our like younger generation, is it? Like, you need to go out there and find what makes you happy and what you purpose, and that's the way to go about it, innit?
100%, mate. And I seen something the other day that I thought was unreal, and you were saying when you're in your 20s, you're figuring yourself out, and then when you kind of like hit your 30s, that's like when you know yourself and like what you kind of want in life and what you're accomplishing, all that kind of shit. And you know, it's just unreal. Like, you know what I mean? Got a little bit deep there, boys. But yeah.
But we'll gradually ease out of all this like deep passionate stuff. But this is what we do. This is what we're about, and this is what we encourage people to talk about on a daily basis and stuff. Next question, though. She's mine. So, Brumby, what's one myth about masculinity that you wish to debunk?
I don't think masculinity falls in that word. When you think, when this my daughter, but that word of masculinity, you think Hercules in my head, or possibly a big guy, strong, masculine, can lift stuff. But for me, I'm very much, I fed on this every weekend with my family, you know. I go out with my lads weekends, we pencils an event, ticket event or something these days. I'm not in the pub every Sunday for me personally, and I think masculinity falls on taking care of your family, taking care of your friends, you know, doing things, so doing good dates is what I think is doing masculinity. So I'm not fussed about being the big guy in the room necessarily, if that makes sense.
Even though he'll always fucking half.
And I think something that does hit with me was being Jason with a really good, not as good of a club called the Dead Dad Club, but when my old man passed away a long time ago now, I went to the studio. My old man was a lot to see, obviously, but we went to the studio and the train out the back from the crematorium all the way down the road, all the way out the gate. And then I was standing in Ulster marriage with Kiwi, standing ovation on the way in, and the previous telegraph covered it, saying there were 600 people in the funeral, and I said, yes, if I could make a quarter of that amount of people onto mine, I've done something right. And that's the mark when we talk, he said it's pretty best. I want to do cool shit, and I want to do cool people, I want to do cool shit. And we want to leave that, and that's masculinity to me. That's doing cool shit, being a cool guy and a nice person is the mark I want to leave people, and that's masculinity.
Great answer. Well, very well answered. So, Jay, have you got a masculinity myth that you sort of disapprove of or think that's not a thing?
it feels a bit wrong to kind of do it after that, 'cause that was like a pretty emotional.
It was.
But obviously you're a big lad, so what I know like is the whole saying like big socks, big big feet, big knees. Is that true?
No. Where's my other
Thank fuck for that then.
No, but serious, I fully agree exactly what you're saying. And like to me, also masculinity is that whole being a fucking dad, being a husband, standing at the beach, you know.
I'm a hustler, I'm a dad.
No, but I think it is like doing all the things, and like one thing we always say is like back in the olden days, like, you know, not olden days, but maybe like 30, 40 years ago, like men was just like in the pub, fucking the mums did everything like to do with the kids and all stuff like that. And like I feel like in today's age, like it can be to be like pushing a pram and doing all that kind of stuff, and like said not being in the pub on the weekend, being with your family and doing that shit. Like my bro over there, shout out my bro, let's go all the way down
That
today.
any go rich, man.
He's here with his family and his amazing partner and stuff like that, and you know, it's fucking unreal, like having family and stuff, and just being that guy, do you know what I mean? Like you said, no one wants to be that fucking biggest guy in the room and all that energy and shit. Like you just want to be a min person, and do you know what I mean? Just doing what we're doing now, like make everyone, I don't know, fucking laugh. And I just did about 3 F-bombs in that one sentence.
Is that 8? 8? Is that 8 now?
I don't know. It's a lot.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, 9, 10.
I don't know, it's on purpose, bro, that was on purpose. But yeah, anyway, moving on to the next question. And I have a feeling this might go back to the whole like dad thing that you just mentioned there. I was going to say about it. What would you say like the biggest turning point was in your life? Like where you kind of evolved from being a fuckboy into this really, you know, larger
fuckboy. There was a few things to that, because it's tough, because it reflects into my working career as well. But when my dad passed away, I expelled her. We started.
And what you did in 2 years?
And we started looking at. I love to stay where she is, looking after me mum a lot, because if anyone has lost a close relative, you have to do all the death certificate shit stuff. Go to ring insurance. Is he actually dead? No, I'm ringing you for all that. And you know, you've got to do all that sort of stuff. So we had to do loads of that, look after my mum and aligning all that stuff up with her, carrying her around. And I had about 6 months be okay, and I had a big breakdown, and I was really depressed. I'd go away, and I think it's because I didn't heal it and start thinking about the water on the outside didn't see the ship is the water on the inside, and it just all lost over me. I would really struggle for a while. Spent a bit of time off work, and then I sort of reassessed what I wanted to do with myself, and that was probably about 7 or 8 years now. And then I work for charity now, operation plans for charity. I've done a lot of things in retail and sales, and retail and sales is a lot about you do more, you get more, you sell more, you earn more. And I hit a point where I didn't enjoy it anymore, and I went to work in pharmacy. I joined Boots, and I was like a pharmacy manager for 5 years. And I thought I would go in to help the community, and you have a community. And I was helping them, I was serving patients, I was dealing with things, I would talk to them about their problems, I did test criteria, I really encouraged it, I learned a lot. But there was a turning point where the one baller more and more, and the budget gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and I started there, and I was 3 members of staff working doing my retail, taking £2 million a year, and then by the end of it, I've got 1, and I'm like, I'm taking more money, how am I get less staff? And I was seeing a patient, and now I still see where I believe. Lost their husband, you were with the kids, how the woman drew the kid, and she was telling me all of this, and all I could think was, I haven't got time to talk to you, I was in worse though, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, the community, I'm thinking about the work, so I tended it off, and then that turning point, the work side, when I went in, so where can I take my skills and how I am, and put that to produce the people that will help people, so then I joined the charity Cook Care, and we specialise in elderly community and how to crisis support. It's very intriguing when you talk about crisis, that to me a crisis might be, shit, my boiler's exploded, or my house has got fire. With someone that crisis can be, I've got paperwork turned up and I don't know what it means. We had a guy turned up at the door that he was going to jump off the bridge because he got a letter from his showman that said he owed £17,000. We sat him down, we realised I can't even, my family, my kind of family can't have that, I can't do it. If I go off the bridge, everything will be sorted. Sit down, let's ring and figure it out. Turned out he had a car accident, and they were trying to give him £17,000. But that's a crisis academy, because he could figure out how to ring them and talk to them people. So towards what the price is completely different. And joining that sector, it completely opened my eyes. And I was both my Boots, I wasn't anymore. I tried to join boots to help people a bit, and it's still in a good paycheck, and it's just to stop helping people. You want bad about put money in some big good pockets, and I worked in county except for doing that. And then this says on. Sorry guys. And then a few years ago, Jase obviously reached out to me, and he rang me and said,
I booked the show brand.
and I went, oh, brilliant, now what are you doing?
Yeah, we're putting on a festival.
What are we? Let's do it.
I'll ring you tomorrow.
Can we talk now?
No.
And then he rang me back a week later, and we tried to figure out for the festival, and that was a big turning point for me in the way we are, and with people, that he built this club. And then I just wanted to be a part of the club, and a part of driving entertainment and people, and comedy and fun, and getting people together to have a good time, and not much trust is what the important factor is. But even when you ask the question, and sorry it took a long time for me to get the answer, there are many points where I've changed a little bit, like with that passy, and then I've told like, what do I want to do? I don't want to do this anymore. I applied for jobs that maybe help people more, so I joined fantasy. Did that for a long time. Turned out I wasn't helping people anymore. I was just putting money in someone's pocket. So then I joined charity. That does help people. But then as well, we're being adjacent and being like CleeW, big turning point for me. So yeah, there was many avenues to get to where I am now. Thank you.
Absolutely waffled all the shit there, mate, but love it. It's such a good answer. Would you say that Jase has been quite an integral part of your life then, yeah?
Unfortunately. Yeah, he has. He's been there for me through thick and thin, and I've been there for him through thick and thin. I've got a brother, but it's like a brother. But he has been there through heads and tails, everything for me. When my first little girl with my partner at the back, she'll love that. She'll love it. When we had our first little girl, Jase just turned up loads, and he was there sat in chair with the baby on him, and was like, "Do you want what we just told her to become that?" Obviously no, because I'm terrified she might die anyway. But he was there, and he has been a big part of my life, especially like I say, when I met him 18 odd years ago. We were just drinking boys, we used to get pissed up below. Then he sorted out more into a bigger friendship. Then we moved in together, and it got a bit wild, and it got more and more wild 2 years went on. Nothing. Other people might know. He decided one day we had 3 bedrooms in his house, so should we go to the pub in the spare room, or maybe in the garden, and let's sit in the spare room. And they got the pub in the room, and then they got it here and now, and then just used to invite loads of people around and get kids to his house and the pub. And it was fantastic though. Goes to New Year's parties. And he bought a wardrobe just so he could have the fat bit of wood. Like, why didn't you just buy that bit? Just so when everyone came through the doors and signed it. Had about 300 signatures on our load out parties. So we were using techno though to like be relevant when I talk about not what people think. He definitely done.
You know, sounding very bad. He definitely done very well, so I do want things about him.
But he's integral to develop that sort of mindset for me from when I was a younger lad. Yeah, definitely. Playing the integral part, unfortunately.
It sounds like you folk were destined to like organise like stuff like this, from doing raves in a fucking 2-bed house with some wardrobe that people signed. Like, that's fucking awesome. But like, you know what you said about your kids, when like your friend comes and they do want to interact with your children and stuff like that. Like, that's what I think people mistake the term rich for. Like, people always associate it with finances and yachts and all that shit. But if you can look at your kid and it looks back and it smiles at your eyes, that is when you know you're rich. And especially when your brother, as a friend you consider a brother, wants to interact with your children, wants to be there, wants to be like, fuck it, I'll babysit, I'll change in that guy, I'll run a pub. That's the definition of rich in my eyes, and I know it is in yours, probably is in yours as well. And people might need to reconsider the term rich, because you can look at someone and they like smile back at you, and you make them feel happy and see that's rich.
I agree with that.
Segment and L.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's my mum as well. One with her husband. That's my mum there. And you missed that bit, mum.
That is stay right there, stay.
I totally agree, because like that perspective for me was that massive shift when me, like Charlotte had our first little girl, and that spots a lot of the mindset on when you spend time with your family. The one beauty. I'm glad about being rich. And then we're about the second little girl, 18 weeks old now, and we're both knackered all the time and trying to do to our throws. But you know, I love Charlotte, I love the kids, and that's what way more important. And I like I said before, I don't go to the pub every weekend. I don't go out get hammered. We ticket an event and like do something big happening and we put it in the calendar. But I'd rather every weekend spend time going out with the kids in Charlotte and doing something more like that. But that's
That's the way like you need to earn your strikes. When you're a family man and stuff like that, you need to earn your days out and days off on the sort of like on the brink or whatever. If you're like a deadbeat dad but you like still with the kids, like you're not doing enough.
That's the dream though, deadbeat dad, that's the dream.
No, it absolutely can't be because do you know how shit it is when you go out with your mates and you know that you've done way less than you should have with your kids before you've gone out? You don't have the time, you can't, you're not that full spirited energy about it because you know you could have done more. Whereas if you put in the fucking graveyard shit, got a kid to bed through like 6 in the morning or something like that, and then your mate's like, got to go out on the weekend, you're like, fucking dead right I do. And then the night out's just that much better because you know you've done everything in your power to be a good dad and a good husband and all that stuff. It just makes your downtime that much better when you burn it.
Yeah, I agree with that. We did Ella Henderson the other week and I had a good time, guys, I think, what I remember. That with that point of, we've done a lot of things over the last few weeks, being with her half with the kids, and then Charlotte had to peel me off the pavement outside our house because I think someone spiked one of the 25 fruits I had, the problem.
Oh, yeah. It's us.
What was it?
Me and Al. What question is it now? Fucking hell. Well, sorry, I went on a few passionate rants. And what's something you wish more men spoke openly about?
I didn't like that sense of feelings. Like I said, when Brumby Jase died, and I was about 6 months helping mum. Don't cry, mum. You always cry. 6 months helping me mum, and then I sort of got very depressed. I think that's a big thing. Like, don't talk about it. Charlotte does her head in when I don't talk about it if I'm struggling, and then I wait until I explode and get very bad. But like, not like hobbies, and not struggling like that bad. But I mean, when I started getting really well or something, you tell me about this sooner, and I go, probably should, don't I? Well, you know, it's that. Well, you should talk more about it, open and honest with the thing. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm sure the females in the room and everyone else in the room wouldn't be bothered if you like come up to you as I'm really struggling. You'd be like, what's up? Can we help? And what can I do? And but like you said, keep it in. I think it's not as bad in this generation. I do think it's a generational issue that some previous to me, maybe my brother's generation, the 40 maybe whatnot, that got audience. His generation wouldn't talk about it as much, but I think our younger ones, the 20s now, do talk a lot more about the feelings. So I think that stigma, like them talking up about it, is a very big thing. It should change.
Yeah, we're looking at you people. Change that shit. Talk about how you're feeling, man. It's normal as fuck.
I do feel like it is though now where people are more confident speaking out and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Even like yourself, you've got Andy's Man Club wristband on there. So shout out Andy's Man Club.
I've had that houses when they came, 2022. I'll come off.
Well, we're going to get you a Trouble Boys pub wristband, mate, and you can fucking put that on every round. So
I'll wait for Friday.
there you go. So I think, to be fair, I think we've wrapped up most of the questions. We have some would you rather questions, don't we? Some like the play ones.
We do
There's the
some.
fucking boy.
Here he is. Shout out, Jace.
Woo!
You always for fits.
Yeah.
So we met Jace through the podcast, and that's why we're here today. I think Jace come on our pod maybe like just over a year ago, and we usually do like about an hour when we're doing a podcast. And I think when we had Jace on, I think we was on it for like nearly 3 hours, and it was like getting to the point where it was like nearly like 11 PM, and it was like, fucking hell, Jace, mate, like hurry up, let us get off here, mate. Like it's been mega though, hasn't it? Like we've stayed in touch ever since.
Anyone that knows him knows how much he can talk, and he will try to tell you, I'll be quick. 40 minutes later, not quick.
He does it all the time. Is your microphone on, by the way?
I don't know, test it. It's set up and not on.
Nah, it's not on.
No. I'm always puppets.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on? No, you don't worry, I'll share with Brumby. We show us. Share this. Charlotte, that's so.
Charlotte, so it's not.
Must be. Where's it again? It'll be on.
Hello. Give us a hi, yeah. Is this me? You're making a hi, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so anyway, I'll ask some quick fire questions. I was kind of like introing Jace, like as if people don't know him, like it's not this fucking festival. But Anyway, yeah, like we met Jase through the pod and he came on and he was insane. Like, you know, to this day, man, I probably should say this, but you are my favourite guest we've ever had. Like, we connected.
Cheers. Hey.
Okay. But no, honestly, mate, you are. But like, it's mint. We got on so well and like we proper connected and we stayed in touch ever since. And look how it's fucking evolved. Like from just that one conversation we had, we've stayed in touch all that time. We're now at CleeW Festival. I've got my bro here. I've got my bro here at the back from work. Shout out that sexy boy over there.
Ciao.
Where's Aaron? The French dude. Can't see him. Yes, say.
There he is. I backed you not to show up, so I'm very happy that you're here, dude. Sweaty grin.
Yeah, I was just to say, so when I come across your pod, Men's Mental Health, Key 2025, oh yeah, like it's modern and start talking about viewers and stuff, but you know, I cry like a bitch some days, so I was just looking, I was really counselling and I found your podcast, which is great. But no, so we got on well, and actually some of the guests you had on. Does anyone know the chap who does the original chap from the post-round lottery? Someone that bitch.
I told someone about that the other day and he was like, the guy with the big teeth, like the big smile. And I was like, yeah, that's my boy.
He's been on their pod, it's hilarious. So no, just shout out to Trouble Boy stuff, because actually what they're doing is that not no filter mod, check it out on Instagram, all that sort of good stuff, push it, screenshot it, put it on all their socials, get loads of followers. These guys are doing good day jobs. Bang in the ground.
But a bit to the mic, sorry. Well, thank you to CleeW. You can find them and follow them.
Absolutely sound. I don't know how long we got on this stage.
This is your last, so if this goes on till midnight.
Can't say this not going till people fucking start walking away going, you know what?
Although David's not going, he's got another gig.
He's still a well annoying fucking see you later. That's a headlining main stage, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, that's fine. We'll jump on.
Right. Do you do some would you rathers?
So I was going to say we've got would you rathers, but I think it would be good maybe if we back and forth it with like both years rather than just. Yeah, exactly. But I was going to say about do you remember the Troubled Tales?
Yeah.
I was going to say, do you think we should read the Troubled Tale out? Do we still have it?
What, have you got one?
No, the one, the fleece one. Should we read it out? No.
Is Lindsay here? Okay, I'll leave with the job anyway.
Alright, I'll tell you what, we'll do the would you rathers and I'll dig it out. It'll be in our notes somewhere.
Let's NWA it.
Yeah. There we go. Boosh. Right, you the would you rathers, you go first, I'll find the shit.
Who wants to go first, Brumby or Jase? Or do you both want to answer it collectively as a duo? Right, quick fire. Would you rather have to do therapy with your ex every week for a year, or have your mum read out your search history live on this podcast right booking now?
The courage there, if your mum's there. I'd go with your mum, because I don't think she'd understand what's a kid.
I'd go with your mum.
Well, she'll understand like what dwarf pornography is or anything like that.
I really think you know what Macappy is, or
Does she know about Soggy Biscuit?
so. Where's they down, Soggy Biscuit?
We're having a game of that after dark tonight, lads.
That's what was in the advent calendar. So
That's it, Denise was doing the terror last night. Fucking Biscuit was angry.
Don't do all that.
So you want your mum to read out your search history? Jace, what do you want to do?
Yeah. My mum will understand my search history, so let's do that.
Right, okay. Would you rather cry in the gin in front of a packed weed rack, or accidentally call your boss mummy during a meeting?
My boss is female. I go with my boss calling her mummy. Michelle loves when anyone comes and I call my mum mummy.
My boss is also female, and she's bubbly, so let's go with that.
My boss is also female. Shout out when female bosses, man.
boss.
If you love that. Okay. Would you rather have unlimited self-confidence, aka unlimited flora, but never be able to lie again, or be able to lie like a pro consistently?
I'd go with the face. Not good lying, is it?
No, tut, we don't want to do that. Oh, you want an unlimited flora?
Yeah, unlimited aura, but not able to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to achieve, but I've done it.
I could say I spent 18 years being a good boy in the police. I'll lie my ass off for you following. I'll tax dodged a lot, babe. Like, embezzling all that money. Jimmy Carter shit.
Tax dodgy, good, innit?
I found the trouble tale by the way.
You are.
Go for it.
I can't finish this.
There's one more.
We're
Would you
very
rather?
glad there are more police in this tent now at the slot, so let's. You happy out with
There's one more. Would you rather?
my friend?
Friend that's been paid off handsomely. Would you rather your inner monologue was audible to everyone, or had to narrate your life like David Attenborough in real time?
We can't have our inner monologue.
I want my inner monologue, so I want to know what you will need to know what I think. I don't want to know his.
That's disgraceful. Not doing that.
Yeah, I'd be arrested within the fucking second.
Yeah. Right, Jay. Go on, sit. You got it?
Got it, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out the kids in here though, because like this is gonna get pretty.
Pretty dark.
Right, so what a while ago, me and Ryan introduced a new segment into our podcast, which was called The Trouble Tales. And basically, mystery people sent in trouble tales, so it could be some mad story about anything, like, do you know what I mean, absolutely wild. And one of our friends sent in a story. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you can probably all imagine who it is. So, here goes. A person in a profession that goes into people's homes when they get a call on the job, come in one day for a bloke who lives alone, maybe being exploited, as the neighbours recall that they can see plenty of visitors and can hear other people shouting extremely loud things. So, is this the right one? This is the right one, is it? I thought you did two. I thought you did two.
He just said, did you get his the right one? He's got a porn set up.
Was he in one?
Yeah. What should I see?
Yeah, well, I'm going to read this one, but the other one's a lot better.
Jay, I think I know that one off memory.
Well, yeah, I'll freestyle it because I know it off memory.
Yeah, I'll go.
I'll freestyle it.
Go.
So this one was about a porn setup, but we're not going to do that one because this other one is a lot better. So there's a policeman, right, and he's working in the police.
No shit, Buffy now, really? Fucking mesmerising.
He's out.
Waging security.
He's out doing that shit that police do where they just drive around in the van eating donuts, pretending to look busy. And then, and then Kim and said colleague having just the standard daily chats, you know, talking about like do things on Netflix and watch Squid Game, this, that and the other. And they've exhausted all the conversations for the day. And basically, things got a little bit like heated where they started to speak about like, you know, activities in the bedroom and all that kind of shit. And yeah, so said female started to say she fucking loves anal. And that she wants her boyfriend to try it, but she's scared to ask him. Anyway, the blowers and stuff that the police have start like pinging off, and like there's an emergency case where family's in trouble, they're in danger, they've got to rush to it in an emergency. They get there, and then once they arrive, like everything's obviously fine, we sorted, no one was injured, which is amazing. And then they was like really proud of what happened in the story and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So they went back to the force, they told them about everything that had happened, and they got it up on the big screen. And you know the cameras that like pre-record, they do like an you know, for emergencies it'll like pre-record like 30 seconds or something before like the emergency hits. So when they got it up on the big screen, it captured the conversation about said female saying she absolutely loves getting drilled in the ass.
And she was married within the week.
So yeah, that's her in the trouble tale. It's amazing. It's my favourite one.
It's still got to pass that story on from a friend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. Anyone know that friend mine? And then I think we do actually, off the back of that, I actually thought that might have got more laps. I'm not lying. So yeah, we've got one more. Is it the truth ones?
Yeah, true bombs with a bit of a twist.
Well, I'll let you hear that.
Okay.
All the way, I thought you were taking over.
How many fucks away am I? You gave up?
Gave up at 30.
30.
Fucking hell. She won me one.
Lost out on the yak counter and it just sacked it off and she fucked it off.
Gotta be her dad.
Shit, isn't it?
Can tell we're all 2 pints deep, by the way.
I know, yeah, right. Sorry, kids. Yeah, we are very sorry. So, true bombs. What's the most ridiculous thing you've ever done in an effort to seem fine when you absolutely were not? Rub it. Go.
See,
Yeah.
like, oh, sound bodies.
I don't know, it's total. There's many occasions to see vibe when I'm pissed. Like bobbing cup trap. But when we the other week we came here to help Ella Henderson. Shout out Ella Henderson, like she's run away with it. CleeW Jase and Lindsay. Jase wasn't drinking. Usually they were next day. I was drinking. Charlotte came with me. He was just at the back. And 2 kids. I went out roasted. Went a bit too big. And everything was fine. But I can't even have the excuse of the open air bit because it was an open air fucking gig. So I was in here and I was fine. And then when we left, we got in his van. Because you weren't drinking. So in the police. He was drinking. So he drove us back to his house. And then we swapped over to his car. Don't remember getting in his fucking car. His mum got in. Don't remember. I could rave him. Then we went to Mackey's. And I went, apparently I was fucking nuggets. And then I got out, we got into the D, and I got out the car, and then I went right into the little bit toward Birching Way, right into the little seating area. There's a guy, lunch break at midnight, sick, a crowd everywhere. And then he went, I will get you some napkins. And he brought me some napkins out, and then I got back in the van, and this is to answer the question, I got back in the van and went, to get me nuggets. That's the only effort I made to feel alright. I'm pretty sure by that point I knew I was not alright.
What about you, Dace? I've probably had quite a few over the years where I've not mastered very well, I'm not gonna lie. But I do feel like
It's gonna be staying.
yeah. We were in Germany, Dusseldorf, and I claimed this thing, and I claimed my house was the thing, like where I talk about like eat a pigeon. It's like, like where you navigate, even when you're hammered, to navigate way home. Right? So being a pigeon, isn't it? Right. Hey, 17 years in the police at that point, I'm like landmarking, I've never been to Dusseldorf in my life. But I'm wandering around going, right, I remember that cathedral, I remember that hall, I remember this, and then we go out and we got fucking obliterated. Like, anyone's been to Dusseldorf, we sort of like the longest row of bars or something in Europe or something like that. It's sick. But we got annihilated, didn't we? And I was going, big lads, I'll get us back to the hotel. Don't panic, the pigeons sucking got this. And there's 4 or 5 lads behind me going, in Jase we trust. So started following me around Dusseldorf. I think we had a set counter at like £25 some steps or something like that. 20 minutes away from the hotel, got home in an hour and a half. It turned out I was about a 2-minute walk away from the hotel. That way. And I went that way. I wandered 5 distant up the English lads around Germany. During what we heard, or was it a World Cup or something? It was like football time, wasn't it? And we were wearing England shirts or something. Could have died. It was really good. And it turned out 2 minutes away from the hotel. When we got back to the hotel, I went, told you, I'm getting back. 3 hours later. But we all believed it, so we thought it was fine. But when we got to the hotel, it said Polizei next to it, a police station. And I went, oh yeah, I remember that. Jay, have you got one?
I've got those, mate, but are you referring to one that I said from his head?
Yes.
Why don't you tell it? Like, I know I fell asleep, stood up onto the book.
Which story is it? No, that was the one I was alluding to.
Yeah, I fell asleep, stood up. Like,
He fell asleep in the club, stood up, and I like tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, and he went, yeah, you're right. And I was like, are you alright? You fucking fell asleep, cunt. Whoops. But no, the worst time I tried to play off beat okay was I was asleep in a urinal. You know, like a dead long one. shit. Just got in there and thought I'd have a nap. I got pulled out of it and I went, oh, what are you saying? You're alright? I was like, you're in a urinal, dude. So like, what the
Oh, it
fuck?
was me that pulled him out. I was like kissing on his head.
I still didn't go home though.
Probably nothing less. I would piss on everybody. Any mate that was sleeping in a trough is getting wasted out of that.
It's funny because that's what my search history would have been if my mum knew.
Full circle.
Don't take the piss. Search that.
Do we have one more truth bomb?
We do, but it's on a similar fashion to the last one. So that's fine.
We can wrap it there. You won't. We're killing
It's a face. The face you have to make. A face.
I'm going to leave you to wrap up the guppy because I'll probably need it out there, aren't I?
Nah, no one needs to down, ladies. So yeah.
Okay, look at the crowd. We've got the crowds different here.
Avengers, assemble! I know it's sick, but I'll leave you with Brumby. Wrap up, guys. I just want to say massive thanks for coming down. They come from Manchester. They've got a men's mental podcast. They're sick. They're cool guys. They're sweary. I love it. Enjoy it. I hate on Brum when he leaves.
So like second on this one, so yeah, right. Yes.
Well played.
So smooth. Back one. Answer that question.
So the last question is a face that you have to make.
Vinegar strokes.
What?
Vinegar strokes.
Your vinegar stroke. Yeah, I knew that. His mum's in the room. But imagine if she was like, just like your dad.
Does anyone know what a vinegar strokes face is, by the way?
Knew you very from someone.
It's your cum face.
Again, just like. Mum missed the point where we're going about being authentic.
Go on. So ask the question.
So the face that I want you to make is your go-to pretend everything's okay face.
It's this. It's me and the Mona Lisa. That's where my egg's gone and I'm thinking about what I'm having for tea.
That's unreal. Like, I was gonna ask what your vinegar strokes face was, but let's just leave it there. But yeah, to wrap it up, honestly, like, we absolutely buzzing that everyone's come in, like, fucking listening. It's been insane. Thank you so much for letting us chat shit to you for what feels like an hour, but it's flown by.
Not going to be that way, people.
We've had such a good time, and like you know, absolutely everyone like encourage you to open up, seek out. Don't ever just like feel like shit and not open up. Like, tell a friend. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's important, man. Like, we don't want to suppress and. You know, that's what
There's always someone willing to listen. You just got to find the right people to surround yourself with.
And I'm a laugh. And if you haven't already, give us a follow on Instagram or on YouTube, TikTok, all that. Sorry to be that guy, but you know what I mean.
Oh my God, plug you now.
Down by the beach.
Plugging out. Down by the fucking beach.
I just want to say as well, thank you guys for coming. Like, Jase has just said it, so just regurgitating it. But to go from Manchester, Jase did listen to this podcast, they invited him on to come on. Yes, that's big. You know, we have people come now. There's you people like year 1 members, year 2 members, this is year 3. We've got people coming from around the country from spend time with us, and we're very, very thankful that you guys did. Sorry as well, we can't find you a tent for a little bit. We're very thankful you guys have come down and just offered you all ties, you know, we'll get some beers in, and it's big. And thank you, well, just, it's great that you guys came to listen as well. Sorry I swore a lot.
Yeah, we're sorry. We've all swore a lot. Sorry, Mum.
Sorry, Charlotte.
Oh wait, we need to shout out David Hill, don't we, to be fair? Look at him, handsome young chap there in the blue. Fucking hell, if I look like you, David, and your age, I'd be an happy man.
Can't believe he's 32.
Right, well thank you very much everyone, enjoy the rest of the festival. Number Boys Club, out.
Lovely. Right, that was him. Thank you, everyone.
Right, there you go.